The image of George Washington kneeling in the snow at Valley Forge is one of the most famous images in American memory. It's also one that we probably should handle carefully because historians debate whether the specific story of someone witnessing Washington in prayer can be verified. But Valley Forge was a season of suffering, and Washington often spoke of dependence upon divine providence. The winter of 1777 and 1778 was brutal. The army was hungry, soldiers lacked proper clothing, disease spread through the camp. The dream of independence must have felt very, very fragile. Valley Forge was not a parade ground. It was a place of lasting endurance. And that's where prayer often becomes most real, isn't it? It's one thing to pray in comfort. It's another to pray in the cold. It's one thing to talk about faith when the table is full. It's another thing to trust God when supplies are low and the future appears very dark. Washington later wrote a prayer asking that God would keep the United States in his holy protection and lead citizens to, quote, do justice and love mercy, and to live with charity, humility, and temper. Those were not small requests. They're not ceremonial religion. That is the prayer of someone who knows a nation needs more than just military strength. It needs spiritual and moral strength. Maybe that is the application for us today. Every life has a Valley Forge in it, doesn't it? A place where the dream is still alive, but the conditions are hard. A place where obedience is costly. A place where you wonder if you can even keep going another day. In those moments, prayer is not weakness. Prayer is how weakness reaches for strength. Prayer is how the cold heart finds warmth again. Prayer is how the weary soul says, Lord, I'm still here, and I'm still depending on you. You may not be standing in the snow of Valley Forge, but you may be standing in your own winter. Do not stop praying there. Some of the greatest victories are born in places where the only thing left to do is simply to trust God. Which leads us to this day of prayer. If you have your prayer cards, some of you have those. If not, you can get these same prayer lists on CalvaryWV.com. And as we look forward to the celebration later this week of the 250th birthday of America, we're calling God's people to pray. And today we're going to pray for spiritual renewal. Pray that hearts would turn to God, churches would be strengthened, and people would seek his truth. Let's pray that together and trust God is going to move on our land and come into our hearts and move us to a different place. Let's pray together. Thank you for joining me for this reminder to pray. Now let's spend some time in prayer.